friends. I am back. I'm Rainy, if you're new here, and it has been a couple of months since I have filmed a floss tube. I feel extremely out of practice, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But yeah, we're gonna go through what I've been working on since February and kind of maybe tell you what my loose plans are for April, and then I have a tiny bit of haul. So let's just get right into it because I think in my last booktube video, I talked about like life in February and March, and it has since calmed down, thankfully, um, which is why I am able to film this video. but But yeah, I don't really have a lot of life stuff anymore happening other than, and this is all the life stuff, so I might as well just do it now. I am on a cleaning routine kick, and uh I discovered I didn't discover it, but yeah, I discovered via YouTube a system that's been around since the 70s. It's called the Sidetracked Home Executives System. And it is index cards that you like rotate through. And it reminds you of what you have to do every day and every week and every month, all this stuff. It's great. So far, it is really helping me. Now, you might be saying, like, Rainy, you're a single person, you don't have kids. Why the heck do you have trouble keeping your house clean? I'm still a human. I'm still a human with a job, and I don't get home until like, you know, maybe 7 o'clock at night some nights. I don't really feel like cleaning. I don't want to deep clean anything. And I have a whole house, and it's just me to that has to take care of it. And I have stuff. I have crafts. I gotta declutter stuff. So, yes, I still have trouble with the motivation to clean and declutter my house. As you can see, I have lots of things. So, so yeah, this has just been really helpful for me. And if you're interested, let me know if you're interested. And I did put up a reel on Instagram of my little system that I printed out and have been utilizing it. So it should be up on Instagram, but if you'd like me to kind of show you it here on YouTube, I can maybe put the same videos on Shorts. I don't know. I've never used Shorts, so I don't know. Or I can just do a little video on here to like a clean with me or something like that. So so yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in that. But anyway, that's really all the life stuff because I've been like obsessed with watching clean with me videos and going through this system every day. So, oh man, yeah, it's a weird world in my head sometimes, but that's everybody really, right? Everybody has their little quirks. But anyway, so there's that. All right, so let's start with February. The first thing that I worked on was Anne of Green Gables by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. I have cropped this to take out a lot of that tree that is in the, in the one corner. And I think it makes it more of a square. I'm not sure if I actually made it a square. I can't remember. But I started this for my birthday almost 3 years ago now. So it really needs to get done because it only has about, well, let's see. It has 83,928 stitches in my crop. So it really is a mini version basically, and I should be able to get it done. But here we are 3 years later. I think it's just all the green. So anyway, I think I should have a picture. I don't know if I've worked on it since my whip parade. So at some point I will put up a picture of what it looked like the last time you saw it. And then here we are now. So I did a total of 701 stitches in the month of February. And that was because I'm doing a 500 stitch rotation with a wheel. And this was my first project on that wheel. And then I also have it for for the game Battle Whips with my friends Leanne, Erica, Lacey, and Alicia. And this ship was hit and sunk. So I had to put in, it was my smallest ship. So I put in 200. Geez, see, I'm out of practice. I put in 200 stitches for that, and then my 500 for my regular rotation. So it's looking really good. I've been trying to go across and reach the end, just to kind of get out of all that green. But then you can tell that I have a lot of the neutral white-ish colors that I have to work through, so I kind of, during my rotation, I'll do like, let me see if I can hold this correctly. I do a little bit over here, then I might do some tans and whites and things, and then I might go down to some green in the shutter, just so that I don't get like super bored. So, but what else did I want to tell you? Oh, so anyway, this is on 22 count hardanger, Ada hardanger, and it is one strand full cross on 22 count. The next whip that I have to show you actually will be a crossover from February and into March, because it was on my 500 stitch rotation, and then it was also part of Battle Whips, and it was hit. Now it's been hit 4 times. It is my biggest ship, and it's been hit 4 times, and I have not yet completed, I think about 200. The last 2 times that it was hit, I hadn't had time to actually work on it. So I think tonight I'm going to do those 200 stitches so that I'll be ready to go for April when I show this to you. But it only has 203 stitches into it for March, and it probably should have another 100, but we'll cross that bridge in April. But anyway, this is Wine Country Escape by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart again, and it is on, oh geez, my iPad timed out, and it is on 28 count. I don't know, Lugana maybe, I don't know. I don't have that down. It's just on 28 count fabric, and I am doing it 2/1 tent stitch, which is a little bit difficult. So here is where it was the last time you saw it, and here is where it is now. Now, the reason I say it's difficult is because I'm trying to work sort of in a diagonal, although I'm kind of starting to go off of that a little bit. But because it's half stitch, I get myself kind of confused. So I noticed, like, kind of down in here that I had miscounted a few stitches. And so a lot of my time with this one in February and March was spent frogging. So I still did get that, what was it total? 505 and 203 in there, but I probably frogged at least 200 at some point. So, oh, and you know what? That's the other thing. I did not think about my progress percentages. So if I think about that, I will put it on the screen for all of my percentages, where they are now, because that was the thing that I was like, what do I say in a Flosstube video? I don't even remember percentages. But anyway, this one looks really good so far, and it is like just the tiniest little smidgen of what this entire piece will be. I think, let's see, it will have, oh yeah, 450 plus thousand stitches by the end of it. So yeah, we are not very far in, but it looks good what I have. So at least the parts that I maybe will end up having to fudge, maybe. I don't know. I think I got them all, but at least it's just grass at this point. So hopefully I can at least, and as you can see, I do not use gridded fabric. I do have a few projects on gridded fabric, but I don't even pay attention to the grids. I don't like them. So I just have to know how to count, which sometimes that's hard. And I'm sorry for my chair, if you can hear it like creaking every once in a while. It's a rolly chair and it just has a tendency to just shift all of a sudden and make loud noises. So I apologize. But okay, next. Oh, this one's interesting. This one also is spanning February through March. And that is because I have decided to make it a focus on a finish. And that is Autumn is as Joyful by, why did I forget? Lila's Studio, something like that. I started this when Samantha from the Hugo Stitcher was doing a sal for it. I believe that was I think that was just last year. Can I see when I started this? Oh yeah, that was in 2024, like September of 2024. So it's a little over a year at this point. But oh, where did I put it? See, this is why we're going to have cuts, because I put things in the wrong order. This is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And this, and I'm sorry that I did not iron anything, but this is where it is now. And it is roughly 30% complete at this point. And I have decided, like I said, to make this a focus on a finish because it is at 30% and it is not full coverage and it is really pretty easy. So I haven't worked on it every day, but if I want to get it done by the end of the year, I need less than 100 stitches a day if I did work on it every day. So just every time I pull it out, I'm just going to try to do 100 stitches. And I think if I did do 100 stitches every day on it, it would be done, I don't know, sometime around September or October. So I really should make that a push, but I kind of lost my stitchy bug for a while. So I haven't been working on it every day, but as long as it's done by the end of the year, I'll be happy. So this will be my one big finish for the year if I can do it. So, but I'm starting to work on the acorn in the center of the whole thing. So that's exciting. And I also started another Quaker motif up here. But I had just done that one, I think, too. And I was a little bored of the Quakers. So I wanted to go over and do something else. But yeah, it looks really great. I love it. I have to do some back stitching too, but that doesn't show up on Pattern Keeper, so I have to wait till I'm done and then print out the pattern again and see where I think it's just in those leaves, but I'm not 100% certain of that, so I got to print it out. So my next project that I worked on in February was actually my monthly focus for February. I'm trying to do a monthly full coverage focus and change it up every month because I actually only have 12 projects currently, which I know is insane for a Flosstuber, but I get overwhelmed if I have too many projects. So 12 is even a little much, but you know, full coverage projects, you're never going to get them done, you know, really quick. So so I think that's why a lot of us have multiple going, even though it makes it like we're never ever going to get them done. But I do want to try to change or like keep them just to those 12 full coverage projects. And if I want to start anything, it's going to be non full coverage so that I have a prayer of at least getting something done. But anyway, my next full coverage focus project in February was Beatles Collage by Stitches So Beautiful, artwork by Tammy Gross, I believe was her name. And this one is done on 28 count Lugana. And this one is one of those ones that is on gridded fabric, even though I don't care about that. But in the month of February, I put in 2,237 stitches. And here is where we are. I was getting really super bored of all of this. So I was able to count my way over to the start of the sun. So I was able to get some different colors finally. So yeah, I'm excited to get back to this in the next rotation and continue filling him out more so that I can have a bigger, like an actual picture. I feel like that's how I'm going to do a lot of my projects, that if I have a lot of background in them, that's just, browns or blue or whatever, I'm gonna try to get myself over to an actual image as quickly as possible, and then just kind of work in both sections to keep myself entertained. But yeah, so again, I'm gonna have to put down on the screen what the percentage is at this moment, but yeah, I think it's not very far, because this is a deceptively big piece, which is why I'm doing it on 28 count, I guess. But I am doing this full cross, 1/1 full cross. So, because I mean, technically, I just like full cross better, but I do have some projects on 10 stitch, but they aren't as enjoyable for me to work on. So that's kind of why I have my rotation, so that it kind of forces me to work on them. So the last project I worked on in February is Northanger Abbey by Twin Peaks Primitives, and this was part of their series that they did for Jane Austen's birthday last year in 25. I believe it was her 250th birthday last year. This was the one that I chose to start for her birthday. And I put in, it was just for my 500 stitch rotation, so I put in 506 stitches into it. And this is where it was the last time you saw it. And this is where it is now. So I'm still a little bit on the fence about some of these very, very light shades. I forget, again, this is another thing I forgot, that I was going to tell you which fabric I'm using. Do I have it written down on my, oh, I do. Oh, Moonstone, but I don't have who it's by. But it is 20 count Moonstone 1/1 full cross. And I did try in this bonnet here, which didn't really help. I did try doing like a 2/2 full cross with that, just to make it like fluffier, to maybe make it look better, but it doesn't really help. So I think I will probably just try to do everything that I can do without this color, and then maybe try to change that when I'm done with the rest of the piece. We'll see. But other than that, I think it's looking nice, but it's just not, it's not my favorite at this point. So I kind of have to force myself to work on it, but I do love the other colors. I love the pinks and the golds together, but I just need to find out something for the other. I think I just need to pull a brown and make it brown. That's just what it's gonna have to be, I think. But yeah, we'll see. So now we're into March, but we've already talked about a few of the projects that I worked on for February and March. So this March should go fairly quickly. The first project in my rotation for March was Mini Nativity by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Donna Gelsinger, I believe. Yeah. And this one is done on, let's see, 22 count, 1/1 full cross. And this is where it was the last time you saw it. And this is where it is. This is where it is now. Why can't I hold this? What is happening to me? There we go. I am actually going to try to work over to the other corner on this project and just go in like a 10 by 10 square the whole way across. Just, so I know how much room I have, and it's a lot less confetti because it's only the blue. It's only sky, so it's not very confetti heavy as opposed to the wise man down here. But I did actually start a little bit on this other wise man, so I'm just trying that again. Like do a little confetti, do a little block stitching, do a little confetti, do a little block stitching. So yeah, he looks really good too. So yeah, I think I told you that 22 count, 1/1 full cross. I did 505 stitches in March for my rotation, and I'll put the percentage on the screen. This might be a lot of editing for me this time around. Oh well. Okay, so then we already talked about wine country. We already talked about autumn as joyful. So the last whip that I worked on is Happy Village. This was my monthly focus piece because even though it was my New Year's new start for 2026, I had to sub it in as a focal project because I think this was because I decided to scrap the Rivendell one that I was doing. I decided to scrap that one, so I had to sub in another whip, and so I decided to sub in my new start, Happy Village, and that is also by Heaven and Earth Designs. And the artwork for that one, I'm not sure. I'll have to put it up here because I don't remember who the artist is on this one. But I'm doing this one with a bunch of other people. And I decided, because it is huge, that I'm actually doing this on 36 count. And it is going to be 1/1 tent stitch. So we will see how it looks on screen, because I do have a little bit of an issue with the coverage of it, but I'm trying to just hope that it looks good on screen. I'm not even going to show you what it looked like the last time you saw it, because it just looks like a line of black, because that's basically all it was on New Year's Day of 2026. So here it is now. Kind of still looks just like a few lines of black, but you could tell down here that I'm getting into some of the houses in the village, and then this is actually a tree, so there's like some blue sky behind there. But it actually, I mean, as far as coverage goes, doesn't look too bad from this angle anyway. So I'm just gonna keep soldiering on with it, because I definitely cannot do a full cross with it on this count. I tried. There is like one spot of black, I think, that's a little bit thicker, because I tried, but I just can't. Once you get a full cross in there, it's too hard to see like where you need to put your needle next. So it's not very good for that. So, and I have to use magnifiers for this, so it's just going to be slow going. Even though it was my monthly rotation, I put 998 stitches, so just short of 1,000, which I try to do more than that for my focus pieces, but I just could not make myself work on it for too long every night, because the magnifiers I have, they just are kind of tight on my head and all that. So But it's coming along. This is going to be another one of those legacy projects because it's huge. So, yeah. So, those are all the whips I worked on, but I did have a new start. And like I said, I'm allowing myself new starts, but I am not allowing myself any full coverage new starts. So these are all my new starts this year. If I do any new starts at all, are going to be like smalls or just non full coverage. And so I think I told you in my plans video that I am attempting to finish all the Bird Crush Club's birds from Lindy Stitches that she put out as a club in, I think, 2022. And I did, I think, 3 of them, and I just kind of burned out and I didn't do any more. So I do really want to get those done. So I worked on one in January and got that fully done. And then in February, I had the pattern out to do it, and I just never started it. I just got too busy, and then I was sick for like 2, 3 weeks, and just didn't want to think about starting anything new. So I finally started it in March, and I cannot tell you how many stitches I did on it or anything because it's a paper pattern, and I was trying a little bit to count, but then I just was like, nah, whatever. I can't be bothered. So this is what it will look like when it is finished. And this is where, ooh, wow, okay, there we go. This is where it is now. I didn't see that light in any of my other ones until now, but maybe I had it folded over. I'm actively working on this one, so that's why it's still on the Nerge. But he's so cute. And his head and neck are in a Threadworks fancy floss that came with all the kits for the club that year. And I am not very good at it, but I actually did get some variegation in this one. So I was pretty happy about that. So, yeah, like I said, I can't tell you how how big it is, but or I mean how many stitches I got, but um, I mean a few hundred. um, but yeah, it's a pretty easy stitch. This fabric is, I think, 18 count, and it is from a Forbidden Fiber company that is run by Leanne from Leanne Stitches. And I will link her channel below. And if I think about it, the website for Forbidden Fiber Co. She sells hand-dyed floss and what's this called? Fabric. Jeez, words. And also yarn, which is what I originally found Leanne for, was her yarn. And then whenever I realized she sold cross-stitch fabric and floss, I was like, yay, I'm going to get some fabric. So this is, I believe this is spearmint. And I think I just had this at one point and it was big enough for one of the birds. So there you go. I did it. I think it'll look really nice on that. I don't think I'm going to have to change any of the colors in order to make everything show up. So that's good. So cute. Well, that is all of my projects for now. Like I said, in April, things are going to change a little bit. It's actually April 5th. No, 4th. No, tomorrow is Easter. Tomorrow is April 5th. And I'm just now getting around to doing this, but I am still kind of dealing with a lost stitchy bug a little bit. So I think I might put the 500 stitch rotation on hold and work on my monthly focus piece, which I didn't bring it up with me, but it will be Sweet Nectar from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll put the picture up of what it will look like when it's done. This was a gift for my 40th birthday quite a few years ago, 3 years ago now. And it's a lot of background, but I am in the wing of the hummingbird. So I'm gonna work on that this month, I think. And So I'm going to focus on that. And then I think I'm just going to focus on getting this bird done. And if I get this done, maybe, moving on to the next bird in my list. And also trying to get Autumn Quaker, or Autumn is as Joyful, um, farther along. So if I get bored and I want to throw in a next 500 stitch rotation, I think I only have one more left on my wheel before I would reset it anyway. So I'll just do that one and then restart the wheel. So I think that's what I'm going to do, just to kind of give myself a little bit of breathing room and not be so rigid with stuff and have too many things going on. And then of course we're still playing battle whips because we have all been really busy, so this round is going really slow. And so, as those ones come up, I will work on those. I do have to work on my wine country because I haven't worked on those in the last two hits. So I'm going to work on wine country today after I'm done editing this video. And then I'll probably have to keep it out because I have a feeling that the next person that calls is going to sink my wine country ship. So, and then I'll have to work on, because the way it works is once a ship is sunk, then whatever the amount of squares that ship was, you have to put that many stitches into a whip of the attacker's choosing. so who knows what I'm going to get for that one. So we'll see, but I have a feeling wine country's ship is going down. But anyway, I think that's all I have. Oh no, I was going to show you my little bit of haul. Hold on. Okay, so I really only have one piece of haul that I paid for, and then I have a little gift that somebody sent me that gave me that I wanted to show you. So my haul is actually this Mirabilia. This is, which one is this? Queen of Freedom. And I'm not like a huge fancy lady person, even though I am working on one at the moment. But I just love anything patriotic now. And it's America's 225th, 250th. Oh, guys, why do you watch me? 250th birthday this year. And I thought I'm going to allow myself a new start, I think, on July 4th. And I think I'm going to start Queen of Freedom because I just love the flag dress. But I do need to find a good fabric to do this on. Sarah from Stitching Mommy, I bought this from Sarah from Stitching Mommy, her Etsy shop. And she sent me a link to a good neutral that might work with this one. But also, and it had like blue and red like splotches in it that were kind of subtle, but you could see them. So that might work. But I'm also just thinking maybe like a lighter blue would look good because, the flag is dark, although there's some lighter blue down here. So I don't know if that would get lost. What do you think? Would you do more of a neutral? I don't really just want white because I work on Ada and I know you're going to see the holes anyway, but I just feel like with white, they're more pronounced sometimes. And I mean, that doesn't really bother me, but I just think with this one, I would prefer maybe a color, just to be a little bit more entertained. But do you think I should go with like a neutral with just some like splotchy variegation in the background, or do you think these little tassel-y things would get lost? I don't think so. I don't know. But maybe her hair might get, it's darker. So I don't know. What do you think? I'm thinking a neutral maybe would be the best bet because the blue, any blue that I get, something's probably going to get kind of muddled. So Yeah, I might go with that neutral, but let me know your thoughts. But anyway, I'm still waiting on the bead pack. Sarah said that her supplier, they were back ordered, so I'm still waiting on that, but I'm not going to get to beads for years at this point, so it doesn't really matter. I'm still going to start it. I don't need to have everything right away. And then just the other thing I wanted to show you is my friend Marcia went to New Zealand for an anniversary trip, and she came home with some yarn for me. So exciting. So this is called Purino, and it's from Countrywide Yarns, and it's 8-ply DK, which I don't know what the 8-ply necessarily means. I know what DK means, but I'm not really good with like the plies. But this is kind of fun. It is helping save native forests. And oh yeah, okay. So 20% of the fur used, or the fiber used for this yarn, comes from the brush-tail possum, and it's 80% fine merino. So and I looked him up, and he's cute. I hope they don't like kill him to do this, but I doubt it. But brush-tail possum fur, and you can kind of see like it comes out. I don't know if you can even see it. No, it's not going to show, but it's just like a little, almost like a dog hair that keeps coming out of the yarn every once in a while. But I'm very excited. I love these colors, and I think it's funny that it's possum fur. Not all of it, but and I think I might make a cowl maybe with this, because 2 balls is not going to be enough for me to make a shirt, I don't think. I'm not a hat person, and I just think that this feels like it would be good cowl material, because it's wool, so it might be a little bit itchy. So if I just make like a loose cowl, then that might be nice. But I love these colors. Perfect fall cowl colors. So I need to find a good pattern. But I just wanted to show you that because I thought it was neat that used possum fur. And then she got me a holographic bookmark that is, what did she say this was? Something else from New Zealand. Fantails. Yeah. So I don't know. This might make me kind of nauseous. I don't know. But we'll see. It's cute. It'll be in a book. It won't make me motion sick or anything. Okay, so that I think is the end. And hopefully I remember to put all the percentages in for you. And oh yeah, and if you celebrate, happy Easter. We are having Easter tomorrow. I am singing in our choir, and we have 3 services in the morning. So I have to be there at 6:30 in the morning for rehearsal time. And then our first service is at 8. So, I mean, it's not that bad. I get up that early on the weekdays anyway. So I just need to tell myself it's just like going to work. It's, you have to get up. You get up that early anyway. Just deal with it. So, and I keep telling myself, you signed up for this. You signed up for this. But after that, thankfully, once I'm home around lunchtime, it's just going to be my parents and I for Easter. So we'll probably just go out to eat somewhere, and then maybe if it's nice, we'll go play some mini golf or something. So it is supposed to get a little cooler. It's like almost 80 here today, which is crazy. But then we're supposed to get a cold front, and it's going to be back down to 50 tomorrow. So yeah, fun spring start of spring weather in Western PA. You never know what you're gonna get. So, but anyway, I better go and clean all this up and get back to my cleaning routine and yeah, get ready, get my Easter dress ready, and yeah, just have a fun weekend, enjoying the holiday. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay, bye, friends.